I was saying, the kids figured out that they have call ID. And one of the kids came up to me and was like, hey, do we have to answer? And I said, no, but it is rude that you don't answer. You know, they said, well, every time we talk to her, all she wants to say is that we should be asleep and that, you know, we we don't want to go to sleep. Like you said that it's okay for us to stay up and we're up with our cousins and like we want to stay up. And I said, well, you could tell mom that, right? You don't have to lie to her. Tell her the truth. Tell her that, hey, look, we're with dad. Dad said that, you need to stay up. She said, well, we did. And she said that it's still past your bedtime. And so, you know, we're in that position. I said, okay, well, I tell you what, um, don't turn your phone off and keep it on, right? Like, that's all I can tell you. Answer it if you want to, right? Um, yeah, and I left it at that. I didn't force them to have a relationship with you because you were already breaking it. But let's rewind a little bit, right? When I was driving to St. Louis, I got a phone call after I spoke to the officer, right, that told me to enjoy my trip. I got a call from my mama. My mom, which is not unusual because my mom stays up pretty late all the time. So she calls me, but she called me and she said, baby, what you doing? Now, with that tone of voice, I already knew that something had happened. I said, well, I'm driving right now. She says, where you at? I said, well, I'm right outside of Texas, you know. What's going on? She says, your ex just called me, and your ex said that you on your way to come see us, and that if you come, that I, mom, should call her and tell her that you're here so she can call the police and have you arrested because for kidnapping because you're not supposed to have the kids over state lines. And I said, really? She says, yes. And I had no idea that you were coming. I said, yeah, I mean, I tried to make it like that. I tried to make it a surprise. And I said, well, what did you say, mama? And she said, I told her that there is no way in hell that I'm going to call you and to tell you that my son is here so you can have him arrested for bringing my grandbabies to me. Now, I laughed and I was like, yeah, that does sound, yeah, she that was stupid, right? Like she was just stupid for calling my mom, the grandmother of the children, and telling her to help her call the police. She said that, if I didn't do that, she was going to, I could be arrested for accomplice, right? And, I don't know what she was thinking, but that's what happened, okay? So, anyways, that is the long story, as much details as I can possibly cram in to the first time that she called the police, right? Yeah, that was the first time for a lot of things in that story. It was the first time that I actually told her no, right? That was the first time that I actually wanted something. I gave her what I wanted. She shut it down, and then I still pushed forward to get it. Never did that in our relationship at all, dating or being married. It was weird. It was a weird feeling, but I got a taste of that, right? And I enjoyed it because when the cop told me that I was right, and he had to tell her, and I know she felt bad. Um, but I was doing this for my kids, right? It made it. It was practical sense, and you were making nonsense. So I left, right? I left. So that is how uh, when she called the police on me for the very very first time, and it doesn't stop there. Stay tuned for part two.